Alright, now, this is a video of, kind of like the making of, this Atlantis. It's not finished yet, and, I will make another video when it's done. I don't know, maybe I'll make an in-between one, but, I spent about a month on this now, and, I figured I'd post a video on just, what I've been doing here and what the progress has been so far. This island is obviously where everything's located. This island will be gone when I'm finished, obviously. This island, it does have a chest on it, but this will stay. This is, the light switch. I initially, for the artificial lighting down there, I had the lamps, and I put those on top of it, and they were turning on and off, but it was too sporadic, and it wasn't really going with the night or anything, so I ended up doing this and running it down into there and having to run all redstone. Definitely kind of a pain, but it was something I had to do. This track runs all the way to my castle, which is on the opposite side. I decided to start on this side because this is like the less building I'm going to be doing. This is kind of like the outskirts of the city, and the closer I get to there, the more actual building I'll be doing. So I figured it'd be easier to be building closer. This is also how I transport back and forth to kind of get to the places I was going to put the minecart with chests on it, but I'd need like 20 carts, and it just didn't make sense. So now, instead of having to run it back and forth and stuff, I'm just, taking the cart. This is an inlet down there. This is so I can bring in animals and villagers and whatnot. I was initially going to wait until I was done to bring everything down, but I realized it would just be too much. And that's kind of the key with huge things like this, is to do it in sections. So now that I finished kind of the width of it, because this is like, it's going lengthwise like this. This is like the width, and then it's going to go out that way. I figured I'd fill it up now, and then, I'll use it, going outwise a little bit more, and then once I get to a certain point, I'll take that one down and build another one. So the process I've been doing is just laying out an area. It's been 30 by 30 blocks is what I've been doing, like a 30 by 30 area. Anything that's staying permanent, like a permanent wall, is glass, and then anything that's going to be removed to add an extension is made out of dirt. So this whole side's obviously all glass, and the edge over there's all glass. Over here's all dirt. There is one that does have glass right there. That was the first one I did, and I didn't realize, I pretty much was taking down 3 of the walls out of the 4. Glass isn't renewable, and it's harder to take down, so more common sense for me to use dirt. And then I pretty much just fill it with sand, and then I clean out the sand, and then the top 2 I clean out, and then I put in the lighting, and then I clear out the rest, put in, a ground layer of dirt, and build. The first time I actually did this, I actually used wooden blocks and lit it on fire, but it just took way too long, and then if I missed a block, the water would pour out of it and put out the fire. It was a nightmare. The sand's way easier, and I can actually do it with one hand while I'm like on my phone, because it's very, very tedious. Again, that's why you gotta have almost like sections, because if you're trying to do, if I had to fill in this whole thing, I would have quit. So I do it in sections so I don't get bored of it. Yeah, so this is pretty much what I have built now. I wish all this could kind of be invisible, so you couldn't really see it, so the entrance would be more, like, not so obvious, like that there's this huge thing there, but I can't make that disappear. So pretty much come down in here, and as you can see, I have dispensers for fun stuff. There's a little bit of a riddle, from another world to a new, the door waits, and this one tells you to pick one. The whole point of it is that each lever has a block, and all these blocks are from this world, obviously, except the nether brick, which is from another world. So if you hit that lever, the door opens. If you hit any other lever, then you're teleported there. Okay, yeah, and it works with all of them, so. So when you come in here, the first logistical problem I had, see, I have 4 villagers down here right now, and I have some animals. It's just impossible not to get monsters to spawn down here. At first I was nervous they were going to kill the villagers, since the villagers don't see homes down here. They acknowledge this is one large home. So I was scared they were going to kill them. They actually haven't done that, which is a bonus. My main problem I had that I wasn't really ready for was the lighting. I wanted enough room up and down so I could build like large structures, because again, this is like going to be the outskirts of the city. I'm going to do this for like another 3 or 4 blocks. That way, when I say again 3 or 4 blocks, I mean like a 30 by 30 section. So it's going to be like another 90 to 150 actual blocks that way before I start building the city. And since I wanted room to build it kind of big in certain areas, I wanted as much space top to bottom. Anyone that has worked with lighting in this game knows that really after 6 or 7 blocks away from the lighting source, that source really becomes useless, and I didn't know that. But I still wanted the top lighting. I mean, first of all, it just looks better with it up there turning on and off. Second of all, it does serve a function. It's not a huge function, but there is a difference between now and when it's off. 10 is kind of like the limit I saw that, you know, I'd still get something on the ground. And it was, you know, it does give me a decent amount of room at least to build upwards. Over here you can see, you know, that's all my redstone for the levers. I had some of this dirt at first, like you can see over here, this is the first block I made, and again, when I say block, you can see like a 30 by 30, and I had half of it glass, and then the other half was like this, and I decided to actually clear this out and fill it with glass so it looks better. I mean, you can see stuff behind it, but I don't mind it too much. But with the lighting, I realized I was going to need to place torches so that monsters weren't just spawning in here, like, you know, unrelentingly. So at first I had them on the ground, and then I started, you know, I realized I had to take them off the ground. So when I started putting buildings and everything, I put them all over the place. But again, it wasn't enough for open areas. And at first I was going to use kind of like lampposts, not anything really extreme, but just kind of a stone fence post and put on top of it. But it looked out of place, so I finally realized I could just throw them on the trees. That's why there's a bit of trees out here. They're not too excessive, and that's why they have the lamps on them to keep it as much daylight as I can down here. Once I get to the city, it won't be bad, because that's going to be all made out of stone, and torches won't be too out of place. So again, this is the outskirts. This is like the farming area with the animals and stuff, and the buildings I wanted to do as you know, like Aztec, I guess, related. This is the best circle one, you know. I thought that looked the best. And then come over here, this is more of a huge gazebo, I guess you could say, but it's definitely one of like a shrine that I'm going to be putting out here randomly. It's almost like, you know, in like the old Greek days, they had those, you know, random shrines and churches that, you know, they had out in the farm areas. So then when you come over here, there's another farm. There's obviously wheat. This one is for some animals, just some pigs and sheep. I'm actually going to bring everything down here. I mean, I want this to be like up top, like as living as possible. So I'm gonna have wild wolves and wild everything, you know, horses, all kinds of stuff. And you come over here, there's obviously carrots. Here's another guy. Here's another one and another one. The other home is kind of like more of like a church area, I guess you would say. When I initially started putting these up, I almost, you know, built them halfway, kind of like, you know, rubble, but I realized that, you know, this is kind of like what I looked at, you know, pictures of like, you know, old, you know, Atlantis area stuff, and it's kind of like the look I was going for. This is almost like a church area. I didn't really dress this up too much in here yet. And then if you come back here, there's another small little area. I didn't want to just do constant, oh, this one grew finally. I didn't want to just do constant, you know, farms and stuff, so I'm kind of going off on the limb here, just putting up different kinds of stuff. Again, this is like filler outside area. See, it's not too bad without torches and stuff, but again, it's just to prevent as much as possible. But yeah, that's it. I mean, this is as wide as it's probably going to be. There is a section out further where I can make it a little bit wider if I choose to. Lengthwise though, this way, I mean, I want to go really far out. I mean, again, if we're calling this area from side to side one block, I want to go at least like another 20 to 50 out. And so you're talking, they're 30, you're talking like 600 to 100, well, 600 to 1500 blocks out that way. And I have the room, that's why I kind of chose this area. But yeah, this is pretty much it. Like I said, I put about a month into this so far. I'm pretty excited actually now to start building that way and really give it an open spot, like open feeling. This is kind of nice because if you look down that way, you can't, you know, necessarily see everything. So it is big enough, and I've been happy about it. So yeah, it's pretty much it. I just wanted to give a little bit of an update. Like I said, after putting, you know, all kinds of time into it, figured I'd make a video. Like I said, I'll definitely make one when it's completely finished. But I'll probably won't make one in the middle just because it won't be half done. Maybe when I start building the city or something. As you can see, this track goes all the way out, and it goes far, so I have a lot of room to build. Let me see if yeah, the sun's going down. I just want to show you down there what it looks like when the sun goes down. You can get a really good idea of like the differences between it on and off. Yeah, see, I mean, it's not huge, you know, obviously there's still light down here, but it does make a difference. So, but yeah, it's pretty much it. So yeah, thanks for watching if you stuck through all of it, and yeah, thanks.